Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nikia. I am a lifestyle and nutrition coach, and I want to talk about why it's so hard for us over a certain age to lose weight faster. My journey started in my late 30s, so it was really kind of like my first journey. So I got the results that I was looking for, I guess in a sense, quite fast. But after the journey and when life starts to settle in, and to be honest, getting back to normal or going back to old habits that didn't serve me well, things change. And not only that, getting older makes a difference too. I know for a lot of us that excess body fat, especially in the abdomen, it comes from so many different factors. It could be genetics. It could be hormonal imbalances that you're unaware of. It can also be just lifestyle decisions and things that you do, and just having a lot of stress in your life, and a combination of all of those things. So let's talk about some remedies or some things you might want to think about so that you can kind of plan out how you want your journey to go so that you can actually get some results. Because the truth is, as a woman, our waistline being extended or flabby or whatever, it weighs on our personal emotional security. It's the only time where we feel the most insecure. But I also want to mention this too. Sometimes for those of us who really want to lose weight, it's not that we're really trying to change the way our bodies look. It's something else in our life that is weighing us down that we actually are trying to lose. But our focus and our attention is really just on something that we kind of feel we can control, which is our bodies. But it's something else that we think we don't have control over, but you really do. So when it comes to losing weight in a sense, or transforming your body, which is what I'm going to be speaking more so on than weight loss, you need to look back at some situations and things that you are either involved in or past traumas that keep coming up as triggers, and you need to heal from those things first, because trying to change your lifestyle to a healthier one in order to look the way that you want to look and have that feeling of less insecurity takes a lot of work and a lot of energy and a lot of emotional investing of self. And if you got anything going on in the background of your life, you need to attack that and control that first. So let's talk about some things that we can do. So typically the biggest factor that I have noticed in my life is sugar and stress. That's usually a contributing factor to that excess belly fat, like, you know where I mean, that FUPA issue. But the first thing you probably want to do is check your habits and your self-talk. What are you saying to yourself? And then if you're saying something negative about your look or anything, what are you going to do about it to change it? Because it has something to do with the habits that you are doing unsubconsciously that is causing you to have that bad self-talk. Or when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, I don't look the way I want to look. And you're just going on about that, but you are not putting any action in to get you closer to that goal. So check your habits, check your self-talk, and use a planner. I have a planner. It's linked down below. Some of you already have it, but use it to pull a plan together and follow it at all costs. Motivation is not key. It does not help. It's really about your actions. Are you going to take action, and are you going to put in the work for what you want? You're not going to be motivated to do it. There's going to be moments you're not going to want to do it, but you need to follow it at all costs because it has a way on your emotional well-being. It's playing and heightening your insecurity. Do you want to continue to feel that way? Then do something about it. So check your habits and check your self-talk. This one is a hard one at times, but check your diet. I'm speaking from a nutritionist point of view. Check your diet. Are you eating more vegetables? Are you eating less sugar and refined sugars and processed food and fast food? Are you eating less of that? Are you cooking more so at home? Are you trying to practice a low carb diet? Are you eliminating foods that are causing you inflammation, like cheese? Some cruciferous vegetables, like for some people broccoli. There's certain vegetables that just cause inflammation. Are you pop drinker, like candy, sugar? It causes inflammation. So check your diet. Make sure that you're eating things that are healthy for you, not just taste good. I mean, even what's healthy can taste good. Just prepare it, cook it yourself, but make healthier choices. And one of the ways that you can do this without counting calories and tracking macros, not that these things aren't good, they do work, but when you're just getting back into the swing of things, or you really just want to have a healthy lifestyle without all of the counting and all of that, practice portion control. I have a video that I'm going to link down below this one that's about portion control. It's what I followed when I first started my weight loss journey, and it's a habit that I need to go back to because I have to pay attention to my carb intake for myself. So check your diet. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink about whether, this is the right food to eat to lose weight. Is it this or that? Just eat what you enjoy eating, but just avoid sugary, refined sugar, alcohol, definitely, and foods that cause you inflammation. If you don't know what they are, find that out. But I'll put a video down below about foods that cause inflammation and things that cause inflammation. Check that out after you watch this video. But definitely check your diet. Just eat more vegetables. Just eat more vegetables. Activity also plays a role in weight loss, or just getting back to being healthy, fit, and toned. But your exercise style does matter. For this tip, I would prefer that you first find out what your body type is. So I'll put a link down below this video on you taking the test for it. I'm pretty sure a majority of you already know what your body type is because I discussed a lot about this in past videos. I am a mesomorph. I am 75% mesomorph, 25% endomorph, and I know that has to do with hormones and my insulin resistance. Well, not insulin resistance, but I'll say my carb tolerance, my metabolic tolerance. So try finding out what your body type is, and you want to train according to that. Definitely for someone that is a mesomorph, you definitely want to have balance of weight training, but our bodies respond to that fairly quickly. For an endomorph, the same, but cardio is something you're going to add into the mix, or you're going to have to add into the mix. And I wouldn't go too crazy on this. You don't need hours of high intensity interval training. 10 minutes is good. Sometimes 4 minutes is good, maybe once or twice a week. You may find that you can do this every day. You may find that walking for 30 minutes is enough for you every day. Whatever you do need to find some form of activity that you enjoy. Walking is really good. Running is good. Bicycling, whatever you can enjoy or that you enjoy doing, you'll stick to. But weight training is definitely what you need to start looking into. I don't care what your body type is, because that's the only way you're going to be able to look toned. You have to build muscle. And so if you have loose skin in certain areas like arms, I can't say too much about the waistline because that's really diet and sugar and hormones, and we'll get into things like that. But to fill that skin out, you got to build muscle. So I know some of you have things or ailments that might be hard to deal with when it comes to activity and exercise, but the truth is, don't overthink it. Find a routine or something that you can enjoy and just continue to do it. So exercise and movement is necessary. Don't be a person that just always sits on the couch, or, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. My job is in front of a computer most of the time. So get up, move around, do something else, take a break, but don't sit there for 8 hours a day. Even if you have a job where you're sitting, get up, get some activity and moving, flow in the blood, your body. You got to get activity in, because it does help. Does not mean you have to go balls to the wall on exercising and hit, but just definitely increase your activity. So find an exercise that works for you, because I've already said this. And yeah. Stress is a big contributing factor to belly fat. I hope I remember to put a link down below of what your belly fat tells you. It'll tell you, if you notice the way that your stomach looks, it will tell you what you're dealing with. But stress plays a major factor in weight gain in our abdomen for most of us as women. And there's so many factors around stress. There's hormonal imbalance, your environment, where you are, your personal, mental, spiritual well-being, your thought pattern, your motives, other people around you. Are you getting enough sleep? And if you are you getting quality sleep? Like, these are factors that matter. And if you don't keep a balance with these things and get rid of the things that is causing you heightened stress for long periods of time, you are going to continue to keep that weight on and probably pack on more. So you do want to balance your lifestyle in a way where you are not overstressed. So you definitely want to look around your environment, people that you are around, the job that you have. Like, you have to find a way to lower that stress level. And you also want to make sure you get rest. Sleep is a part of our natural law of how we live. God made us to sleep. We need rest. And if you're not doing that, that is going to be detrimental to your health, and it does take years off of you. So you may not live a little bit longer. I might be sounding real straight up about it, but you're lowering your lifespan when you don't rest. So, and when I mean rest, I'm not also just talking about sleep. I'm also talking about mental rest. I'm also talking about emotional rest. These things matter, because your body and your mind is an entire entity, and how you feel and how you think will show up in your body. Your body is only going to do what your mind tells it to do. We have been made so wonderful that we have not really taken the time to sit and really think about how we operate. God gave you his own specific talents for you, the way you operate, the way you think. He's given them to you. Now, understandably, the world kind of helps in forming and shaping certain thought patterns and things like that. But if you want to lower your stress level, just get some sleep, pray more often, and definitely find ways to get some rest emotionally and mentally, because that is very, very, very important. That's why I mentioned that you need to check your self-talk, because that can be causing more stress in your body. All of this stuff matters. So I got a challenge for you guys. I have been practicing intermittent fasting off and on. And just recently, within the past month or so, I've been consistent with how I'm doing it. So let me give you guys a clear understanding of how my scheduling is. Intermittent fasting is not about what I'm eating, it's about the timing. And it does help to control what's the word I'm looking for? I guess your calorie intake, but we're not going to be focusing on that. We're focusing on using it to help you tone and also to help you balance your hormones. So when we're talking about the intermittent fasting style that I am doing, the most common one is the 16-8. meaning that you eat 8 hours, or your meals are within an 8-hour period, and then 16 hours of it, 8 of it you should be sleep. And then the other 8 is you're fasted. You're not taking in food. You may drink tea, you may have coffee, preferably black coffee, and lots of water. You need to drink lots of water because that helps flush out toxins and excess body fat out of your system, lymphatic system. So that's really important. But that's one of the things that I do most of the time. There are some times where I won't start eating until maybe 2, because I do a 12 to 8. So I may start a little bit later in the day, but I never go past 8 o'clock. That's for me. So for intermittent fasting, you can do a 16-8. You got your 8-hour window. You can only have, and I'll say you can only have, it all depends on you, but I think for balance, it's best to have no more than 3 meals a day and cut out all of the snacking and all of that stuff. Go straight for water or tea. Coffee should only be in the morning. There's no need for you to be drinking it throughout the day because it'll keep you up, and then that causes you more stress because you're not getting rest. So get that out, get that coffee out of it. Just keep it towards the morning. But intermittent fasting is going to be very helpful for those of us that are over 40. It will help for anybody. I think intermittent fasting can work for anybody, but you just got to find that sweet spot in what works for you. There's so many different types and styles of intermittent fasting, but keep in mind the types and styles is about timing. Do you want to eat once a day? That can be between, 2 and 4 o'clock, or 4 and 6 o'clock p.m. It can be in between that time. It's totally up to you. Do you only want to eat 2 times out of the day? There are some that eat at 12 p.m. and some who will wait till 6 for their second meal. It's totally up to you what you do, but try a intermittent fasting approach. So you got to do your research on it, your research, because if you don't do that, then you're failing. You're planning to fail. Do some research. Now, I'm giving you my idea. What I do is a 16-8. On Sundays, I do a 24, which means I only eat once. And then some days, depending on how I feel, maybe twice out of the week, I'll do like a 18-6. But whatever it is, doesn't matter when I start. I just try to start 12 or later, but I stop eating at 8 p.m. That is because of my schedule. So you find what works for you. But let's try an intermittent fasting approach. This is your challenge. A part of that is I want you guys to take a look at this planner. So I have this planner. I have it linked down below, but it's a journal. So I have my fitness journal, and the first 2 pages that I did complete with this journal was defeating my defeating thoughts and organized, or like goal planning. What do you want to do? So my goal and my journey is a retransformation, okay? I'm not looking to lose any weight. I'm looking to change the way that I look by changing specific habits back to what I used to do, or kind of like change it a little bit because I have to do things slightly different than my younger years. I just have to. I'm getting closer to perimenopause, or I'm getting closer to that. So I have to be aware of what's going on with the major hormones in my body: cortisol, insulin, leptin, oxytocin, the words, but do your research. I'll be doing a video pretty soon about that and about the different hormones that you want to pay attention to, and how intermittent fasting can definitely help you through that. But make sure you follow the tips that I've just mentioned within this video. So that's your challenge. Try intermittent fasting approach. Follow the 3 things along with that. And I got a question for you guys. So in this organized planner, if you have one, I would love for you guys to answer this question. Why is this issue that you are having? So if your issue is, I have a fupa, I'm tired of the loose skin below my belly, or really it's just our bellies. Let's just be real. For some of us, we feel like we got too much fat in our thighs and in our hips, and we don't look as toned as we probably used to in our younger years. What is your issue, and why is it so important to you to fix this? Why is it important to you? Because I can tell you now why it's important to me. We all have this insecurity. Everyone has it. There's nothing wrong with having insecurities, guys. It's just something wrong with it when it takes over your emotions, your spiritual well-being, your thought patterns, your goals, when it just takes over and you don't do anything to control it. So I want to lower my insecurity. That's why it's important to me, because my emotional well-being and my confidence in myself is important, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for you. So we want to look at it from that point of view instead of always looking at it as, I want to lose weight, I want to see the scale say this number, because we're identifying a number to a way or a look, and that's not going to be the same. Everyone's body type is different. You need to come to grasp of what body type that you have, and then working according to that. And you will look the best that you've ever decided to look, because I've been there. I've looked the best that I wanted to look, but now I'm going into a new journey. I want to look the best that I can look in a normal lifestyle, not in a lifestyle as a bodybuilder, because that's just not where I want to go now. So I'm asking you, comment down below, what's your issue and why is fixing this so important to you? Again, this helps me to be able to pinpoint and answer questions and help you through this journey, because it's going to make me feel a lot more accountable to myself, and it's probably going to help you feel a little bit more accountable too, because you have someone that's sharing their ideas and what they're doing in their journey, and a little bit of research as a nutritionist to help you get through your barriers. So comment down below with that, and I will see you guys in the next video.